What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 21 of the 4th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. We can see that we have a straight line RVU, and then we have angle TVU, which has a measure of 40 degrees, and we're trying to find the measure of angle SVT. So in order to succeed and do really well at a problem like this, we're going to need to know about lines and angles, and then we'll also be using an idea of equations and fact families. And North Carolina really loves to work in equations and algebra and that kind of thing into the geometry questions that they make. So it'll be a really good thing to go over this right here. Alright, so to start with, I'm going to go ahead and label everything. I'm going to say that if RVU is a straight line, I'm going to give it squiggles. Alright, so RVU, I've labeled that. Angle TVU, I'm going to label that one too, with one swoosh, and then SVT, I'm going to give 2 swooshes. Alright, so now I've given everything a quick label because I know that sometimes looking at all the letters at the same time can be pretty confusing. But I'm going to go ahead and fill in some of the information that I know. First thing, TVU, my one swoosh angle, has a measure of 40 degrees. And now if you see this little box here, this little box actually means that this is a right angle, and if you remember, right angles all measure 90 degrees, every single one of them. And so using these two numbers, I've got to try to find the measure of this angle SVT. Now there's one other thing that we need, and that's the idea that if we just have a straight line, our total degrees are going to be 180. And so since I've got this angle, this angle, this angle, and they're all right next to each other, and they all make up this straight line, I am comfortable with saying that 180 equals 90 plus something we don't know plus 40. And I took off the degree things because I can still see them in what I've already written and drawn, and we don't necessarily need them here. So now, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take my numbers, my 90 and my plus 40, and put those together. So 90 plus 40 is going to give me 130, and I know that 130 plus something equals 180. And now, I'm looking for some unknown number. I've only got a couple other things next to it, but I need to use a fact family again. You know how much I've used fact families with this kind of question. And I'm going to say that if I know that 180 equals 130 plus this unknown number here, I can actually rewrite this and say that 180 minus 130 equals that same unknown number. And now that I've gotten this to the point where the number I'm looking for is by itself on one side of the equal sign, all I have to do is pull out my calculator, because we can use those now. This is a calculator active question now. All I got to do is pull my calculator out and say 180 minus 130 equals what? 50. I'm going to look at my answer choices, and answer C matches what I got after doing all that math. So my answer is C, 50 degrees.